Hello, Buckeye Prep Sports fans. My name is Blake Schultz. Um, After many requests, I just decided to call it early because no offense, golf. Um, the story had about I think I had 80 some people football already and only like 15 golf, and that was just the start of the poll. And I think I checked it again. Um, not too long ago, and it was even more than that. So I got to work, and I have a break in between now of me getting done with work for the summer and moving down to North Carolina. So um, I have a lot more time to do visual and audio content like this. Um, so it's really exciting. We're gonna do a preview of probably the three biggest games and why I think they're the biggest games for each team. Games to highlight, of course. Oh, sorry. This side, and then the top returners. Sort of feel bad, but I only wanted to pick a handful of athletes returning because there's a lot more than this for Antwerp. Returning that are gonna be having a impactful role on their varsity team, but I just wanted to highlight some like I want to really highlight some highlight some names that I know that could be a major difference um to their team, and I'm not saying those um that I did not mention weren't gonna make a big major difference. It's just if you're thinking of like an NFL team or anything, you're thinking like for back in the day for Carolina Panthers, you're thinking Cam Newton or Christian McCaffrey or something like that. That's sort of what you're thinking for this season. Like, oh, they have this or that, or they have this or that player that could be good for them, or something like that. And the first names, of course, are Keegan Gray Wycroft. I feel like I'm mispronouncing his name, but I think I pronounced it right. It's a kid that I have worked with myself in wrestling. I was able to visit him during the wrestling season and help him out a little bit with my former knowledge. He is a really smart kid. Um, he is fast for a big boy, and he's a Temple commit. If I'm not mistaken, right now. It's pretty cool to see a D1 offer, especially in this area. Um, from the Green Meadows to start with. Michael Roars is going to be also a big key factor on that defense. Keegan Gray, I really expect um, his work. I don't know because he was a big impact on the D line last year, but I feel like he's gonna be. I feel like he's gonna have a bigger impact offensively in that offensive line because I think they're gonna be able to, of course, run around him. They have a solid group of linemen this year, and that's why this next player is going to be so impactful, and that's Gage Clevenger. He is a smart young kid, and he's a smart runner. They used to have Zach Salas, but um, they sort of transitioned on from him from last year, and everyone's been telling me that he is not returning, sadly. Braden Fuller, also a big impact player. He's going to be well, he was quoted from his head coach even from the start. He's going to be a big impact on the running game, also as well. Um, at quarterback. Oh, not quarterback. I'm, I'm losing my marbles here. But Braden Fuller is going to have a big impact on the field offensively. It's it's going to be interesting to see. I like Antwerp's team this year. Um, I've always admired their running game, um, especially with their youth. I think they can pound the rock, but it just it comes to a point where they get stopped by some of those bigger schools, where you have to like, mm, maybe Antwerp is just gonna be if they're gonna be content with a 3-4 win season like they have for the past 2 years. Um, And I hate to say that, but um, I think Black Swamp predicted them 5-5, and they're really high on Antwerp. Me personally, I'm not as high on Antwerp as them this upcoming season. Do I think they have talent offensively? Yes, I think they can pound that rock, especially in the lower half of the GMCs. If they prove to me in those first two games here, well, first three games, I should say. Eden, I think that's the correct date. I want to make sure that's not wrong. I think I have it correctly. I just want to be accurate. Sorry, that is wrong right there. Oh, wrong. That Eden date. Sorry, there we go. Eden date is wrong. It is August the 28th. I just reused their volleyball format because that's the last team we did was Antwerp in our recording session. But back on track. Please ignore the wrong game date for Eden. Montpelier, Thursday night to start the season. Montpelier is going to be a solid team. What I want Antwerp to do is of course, they're going to have it circled either way because it's the first game. I want Antwerp to prove to me and every other person out there that they can crush a team. That's primarily what I want to see out of that first game. I know that's going to be hard. That's at Montpelier, and Montpelier is a decent team. I want them out of the gate swinging, and it doesn't have to be a blowout. I want to see a stat sheet crush of that defense. If you want us to take Antwerp seriously, you've got to make a statement that week one game on a Thursday night. You gotta come out and swing for the fences because if you want us to believe that you're up to that standard of being at least a 500 team, or above 500 team, or at 500 team, you've got to beat the brakes off a defense. And I have not seen that unless it's teams like Hilltop or one of those lower stretch teams like that. No offense to Hilltop, but I mean, they haven't really won much of anything other than like 3 games in the past 5 years. If Antwerp wants to prove that they're back, that's the starting date. Now, the second starting date is Eden's also, I would say, better than Montpelier. And it's going to be this tough, but you're at home against a youngish Eden team. They have to replace quite some on their defense, but they still have playmakers on their offense. That game is going to be very important to highlight as well, not just because it's your first home game, because I want to see the same thing as Montpelier. If you want to be seen as a team, if you win the game, great. If you at least swing and fight into that fourth quarter and keep up that consistency that I want to see from Antwerp football, then I believe you guys can go 5-5 or at least have a 500 record or above. You guys have the schedule for that. But it is very concerning that there still is some doubt. Prove me wrong. Right now, I don't have you as high as others. I think you're a mid-lower GMC team, but I would like to be proven wrong. Now, the third game, of course, you always have to highlight. Let's have some fun here. Less serious tone. Hicksville. Hicksville, I have along the bottom of the GMCs. I think they're very, very young. But nothing is more concerning when your rivals think they have a chance. Knock that out of them. Make them pick up your bootstraps, to say the least. Hicksville, of course, is going to be your biggest rival and probably one of my biggest concerns this year because even when I think Antwerp is better than Hicksville, Hicksville has always brought a fight back. Want to prove me wrong? Do it. Now let's get into their schedule. Their entire schedule. Montpelier, Eden, Hilltop. There's no reason why they can't start 3-0 if they go free fire. If they are legit, I think there's no reason why they can't go 3-0 off the bat. Paulding, I think Paulding's just a team that I'm not saying they can't bring a fight. I think they can still fight with them. I just don't think that they're going to be able to control Paulding's offense. I don't think they have enough pieces on their defense to stop Paulding, to say the least. I think they could potentially score on them if they stick with the running game. I mean, they gotta. I don't see anyone like too crazy on Paulding's D line um, this early to stop that running game. But of course, you just have to deal with the Mans brothers. Edgerton. At Edgerton. Um, Edgerton. I'm not gonna. It's a really coin flip team this year, and I'm saying that in the same boat as Wayne Trace. I would compare him to Wayne Trace this year. A very coin flip-ish team. Could be a 5-5 team. Could be a 2-8 team. Don't know. Um, we've seen Baker a little bit. This is a younger brother, not Maddox, Miles, who I expect to be at starting quarterback. Or at least in a dominant role, if not at quarterback. I There's no reason why they can't win this game, but the biggest struggle for them is going to be is they have to be consistent in multiple aspects from, of course, I think they're going to be a running team as well for Edgerton. I don't think I'm going to be seeing the Bulldogs passing a whole lot, only when they need to, especially this year with a young quarterback, a first-year quarterback. Um, it's going to be hard to say, but I mean, you're on the road. I would like to see them pick off this win here. I don't know until we get there. I want to see Edgerton's first 4 games before I make a call on that game. Hicksville, I've already commented on. Tenora, for some reason, and it's a good reason. I'm not saying it's bad. Um, they've always been able to keep it close in the first half with Tenora. Now, do they have the depth to hang with them for all 4 quarters? It's going to be a big question there. Tenora's returning their team from last year. It did not go so well last year. But I would still like to see a fight. If they can hang with them for at least 3 quarters, maybe it'll be interesting. Fairview, same boat as Paulding. I don't, I, I just don't see them having the capability to I don't see them having a capability to really. Fairview, they have a new quarterback, and they graduate names like Huffman and Zedike, but they have Mead, Logan, and a couple other returning that are going to be big pieces. I have them probably as my GMC runner-up this year. Um, I just don't see it. I like to be proven wrong, but especially with Fairview, Fairview has always controlled Antwerp for the past couple of years. Now, Wayne Trace. This is the game I was surprised by last year. Call it whatever you want. Wayne Trace fans were trying to win. I mentioned up in this game, push it to the head coach's abilities and stuff like that, and some injuries. I just think they got outplayed offensively, and I think Antwerp 100% deserved to win that game last year. As controversial as that take is, they got Wayne Trace at home. This is still a 50-50 game in my heart. And that's not the Wayne Trace in me. I'm really not biased about this Wayne Trace football team. I don't think they're hot stuff, to say the least. This year, I think they got sprinkles of talent mixed in there. Um, I think I think they're very young. I don't think they will be as good as last year. Um, but I'd like to be proven wrong. From the Antwerp side and Waitrose side, but I think I'm gonna give the lead to Antwerp in that game. But we'll see when it comes to that upcoming Tuesday before the game. Airsville, no, there's no reason why they can't have a battle. This is probably the most similar team they're gonna face all year, especially in the running game. Tucker Sproul, um, I could rave about that kid all day. I think he's a really good running back. I don't think he gets as much credit as people give to him. Um, it's just he's had struggles with some of the opponents around him. But I think Zartman's also a very talented kid on that team. Um, Without Caden on that O line and a couple others, it's gonna be interesting. But I still think they have pieces to fill in there. They have always had big boys. Um, this is a tough one, especially on the road. Oh crap, Wayne Trace is on the road too. Um, that's my mistake. But this shall be very interesting. Um, for the upcoming season alone. That is my Antwerp preview. These are not predictions or anything. I'm just giving you my leniency on where I would put them at right now. Hopefully, this is also a little bit of motivation for the Antwerp football team. I'd like to be proven wrong about everything I have said. That's what I'm going to say when I do my predictions as well. I like to be proven wrong any given week. That is my Antwerp preview.